Welcome to the Sushi Swap MISO AMA, where we chat with projects who have launched through the MISO factory. Today we have Attrace Network with us today, and we've got Erwin and Nicola. How are you guys today?
Well, thank you for having us.
Great, thanks.
Good deal, good deal. So I'll just start off here asking you guys a few questions to get this rolling. Then we can open up to the audience and the stage by get them onto the stage by raising their hand. There should be a button down towards the bottom of the stage with a little hand. If you raise your hand, we'll get you up on stage. You can ask your questions, and you can be heard. If not, we've got the AMA text questions channel. You can go in there, and then that way you can raise, you can give your question that way, and we can we can read it out and get you answered. So, let's start off here with Erwin and Nicola. If you guys don't mind, just introduce yourselves, give us a bit of your background and current involvement with the project.
Thank you. I'll start off then. My name is Erwin Wedding, in Dutch. Background, M&A and accounting Deloitte, a couple years of songwriting, Universal Records in America. Then I moved to London. I worked 8 years for Morgan Stanley CI, eventually as a VP for asset management. After which I started my first startup, which was a company called Link Bundle that's been purchased, which was predominantly around making a McKinsey-style online performance report in a real-time environment. We sold that to 9 banks in 32 countries. Had to move that company to Europe again, to the mainland, because of the Brexit, unfortunately. I moved with it back to the Netherlands after 14 years, and at the same time I co-founded Attrace with 6 other co-founders. Thank you.
Nice.
Right, and I'm Nikola Stevanovic. I'm originally from Belgrade, Serbia, now living in Amsterdam. My background is in economics and finance. I've studied in the US for a while, and also had a chance to play varsity basketball there. After college, I worked for a couple of large banks in the US before actually switching career path and moving into the product development, product management roles. I eventually ended up in Amsterdam, and I've been living there for the past 3 years and working for various startups. And about a year and a half ago, I got recruited by Attrace to actually start working and start focusing on product and strategy. And since I've been a blockchain enthusiast for many years, I was thrilled to be part of such a innovative project in the blockchain space. So I was really glad to join them, and I've been with Attrace ever since.
Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, so you guys have quite a bit of global experience, and sounds like quite a banking and financial background as well.
Yeah, and also a background in aspects of online marketing. I would say yes.
Yeah, awesome. And so we're involvements each with the project right now.
Oh, most definitely. So I'm the co-founder, and Nicola is one of the main architects of the current project.
Yeah, cool. So what inspired this idea for the project, or was there an event or something that kind of sparked this or kicked this off?
Well, to explain it in a very short time, let's say the project eventually started in 2018 when some of the co-founders identified the issues with a middleman in affiliate marketing. So between 2018 and 2020, we've developed our own blockchain from scratch to take out this middleman, and we solved part of the problem in affiliate marketing and Web 2.0. However, by the end of, let's say, halfway 2020, we identified that although we did solve the problem with the middleman in this concept of online marketing in Web 2.0, there were still weaknesses, especially on the merchant side around trust and transparency. So we made a big decision, and by the end of 2020, we decided to pivot from our own in-house developed blockchain, and eventually we came up with the Attrace Referral Network, which is the current project and which has been launched since this week. That's it in a nutshell.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. And could you just give us just a brief overview, I guess, on how Attrace works and how it's what it's designed to help with?
I'll give a top level vision, and then Nicola can elaborate on that. So
Perfect.
basically what we identified throughout the last 1.5 years, that blockchain really is moving towards far-reaching applications across our economy, right? And besides using the technology for value and payments, it now also facilitates us to acquire decentralized tokenized assets. And with these assets comes trading. And what we identified is that this tokenized economy is missing an essential element. It's missing a decentralized, trustless technology that incentivizes to promote an asset that does not exist yet in a decentralized and trustless manner. It should be possible for you to earn a commission on a tokenized asset that has been sold or resold because of your promotional activity without you having to rely on any other party that might have a different interest. And that is why we've developed the Attrace referral layer. It basically makes referrals or promotions possible for any asset on any public blockchain.
Okay.
And maybe to elaborate a bit of that, so as Erwin mentioned, so we see Attrace as a referral layer for the tokenized economy. That indeed incentivize the promotion for any tokenized assets and also any asset on any blockchain. Since we are blockchain agnostic, the Attrace referral network is blockchain agnostic. And furthermore, this will empower the marketplaces, decentralized applications, IDO launchpads, decentralized exchanges, for that matter, to be able to leverage their communities for the promotion and do all of that in a completely trustless and decentralized manner. So that is in a nutshell what the proposition is. And yeah, we are enabling essentially all of these tokenized assets and crypto projects to be brought together under one network. So you can think of it as users or KOLs, influencers would be able to leverage, the projects would be able to leverage the social outreach of their communities, of the influencers, and actually bring more traffic to to their own network. So that is kind of how we see the role of a Attrace referral network in the whole blockchain ecosystem.
Okay. Cool. So you guys have launched through MISO. You did the IDO. How did that go for you guys, or how did you feel with MISO?
Well, of course, we're happy. We're sold out. So I think, we were happy with MISO. What we did at the same time is we released the very first IDO promotion referral in the world, because it's, again, the Attrace referral network is a completely new methodology, and that also worked. So we were quite happy with the end result.
Awesome.
I think that's the end conclusion.
Yeah, perfect. So with your guys' network here, you've kind of got it in a few different levels here. You've got the seller, the promoter, and the buyer customer, and the verifier node as well. Do you want to just break down each one of those roles a little bit and expand with that?
Yeah, sure. I can do that. So essentially, the way that we see it, we are modeling into the Attrace referral network a three-party relationship between a seller, somebody who has an incentive to sell an asset, or also to engage activity of, for example, a decentralized app. There is a community or promoter which can actually spread the word about the buyer's needs, and there is also the seller needs, and there is also a buyer or participant or the end user who can be referred by a promoter who can actually follow the referral link that the promoter can generate through a Trace referral network. And this is essentially how everything is modeled within the Attrace referral network. What's the most important part about it is that this whole flow, this whole referral logic is actually modeled through a smart contract. For now, we're starting with the Ethereum blockchain. So there is guaranteed payout up front where a seller or a DApp, which has an incentive of bringing a user, which has an incentive to actually have the user activity, provides a referral reward for a promoter and for the end user, and that is actually stored within. It's deposited into a smart contract, and it's distributed also through a smart contract, and it's all done through a truly decentralized and trustless manner by having these verifier nodes. And these verifier nodes are actually, it's a network of nodes which are reaching consensus when verifying the conversions. So they are essentially verifying the entire flow and making a connection from the seller, promoter, and the buyer, and that three-party relationship. And the best thing about it is that nobody can actually control the referral conversion. So there is no trust issue, which is actually being solved by those verifier nodes itself. So this is kind of the role of each of these players.
Okay. With the verification node, are there any requirements to becoming one, at a minimum amount or anything like that? How does...
There will be a minimum amount of ATTR tokens which will need to be staked, but it will be open to everybody.
Right.
It's like I mentioned, it will be fully decentralized at the moment. It's not possible to spin off your node, but this is something that we will be introducing very soon. It will be available for everybody as long as as well as with the staking itself.
Okay, great, thank you. With right now, you guys are launched on Ethereum mainnet. Do you have any other chains planned, or?
Yes, most definitely. So currently we are live with the IDO referrals on Ethereum. Still this week we will be live with the NFT referrals on Ethereum, and in a couple of weeks we will be live with the liquidity provision referrals on Ethereum. Right after that, we will progress to connecting with the Polygon chain,
Right.
and after that Binance. Those are the first two chains that we will work with after Ethereum is completely live with all the assets that we would like to have up and running.
Okay, awesome.
And the main decision maker behind that is that the traction comes from those chains. So we have been approached by various DEXs, NFT marketplaces, etc., that want to work with this solution because, again, it's a no cure, no pay solution. It enables any marketplace to truly leverage their own community or the community of their sellers on the marketplace. So it has hardly any integration effort. So there's a lot of traction at the moment, and we have made the decision to first start working on the Polygon net before we progress towards Binance, simply because there's currently more traction from end users on that chain.
Yeah, I sure have seen a lot happening with Polygon. It's been quite impressive. So. No,
and in the end, of course, we aim to have the referral network operational on any large general chain. But those are the first three.
Yep. Awesome. Anybody that has questions from the audience, there, please raise your hand. There is a button down at the bottom to raise your hand and ask any questions. And we do have the AMA text questions channel, which you can ask there as well. So, yeah. With this, you guys are saying like you could have, so any token could have on any chain, essentially could create so with that, could you guys have do you guys have any other upcoming referral programs, anything else coming up in the future as you're expanding to new chains and such?
So how we are starting, we are launching the referral network based on our own needs. And we just started the first fully trusted and decentralized referral program for Attrace IDO promotion, and that was done by using the Attrace referral network. We'll also continue with other referral programs on our side, like liquidity provision indexes. We want to incentivize the promotion of that and also participation. So the way we are approaching it, everything that we need actually to engage our own community and to promote, for example, IDO or liquidity provision, we try it with our own network. And the moment that we do that, that's also a showcase for the rest of the blockchain ecosystem that they can also use the same. So essentially, the moment we are live with the IDO referrals, that's a feature, that's a use case that anybody that wants to run an IDO can leverage an Attrace referral network to promote their own IDO participation, promotion and the participation itself. So what will be coming in our immediate next referral program will be the liquidity provision promotion, and as well, I think Erwin mentioned earlier, we will be running another referral program for the promotion of the NFTs. This is something that will be coming within the next couple of weeks and will be announced to our community, and anybody would be able to actually promote and refer those NFTs to potential buyers. So those are the kind of major projects that we have in the pipeline, apart from, of course, potential partnerships that we are discussing, potential partners that we're discussing with, who will be very likely launching within the next month or two with Trace Referral Network.
Okay, great. We've got Mako 2035. I'll get you up on stage. Hey, there you are.
Hey, you can hear me, okay?
We sure can.
I just have like 3 questions, okay? Number one is, do you have a GitHub or open source like repository so I can read the code? Second, I see you have verifier like staking nodes. How does that work, and like et cetera? Like, not how does it work, but like what's the requirements, et cetera, for that? Because it doesn't really say. Third is, I saw you have like funding in 2018. Do you have any like VCs or anything that you can disclose like that? I might have missed it because I came in a little late. So
I'll pick up the third one. Nicola, you can do the first 2.
Yeah, so I can quickly. We do have a GitHub repository. So to quickly answer that, for the staking and for the verifier network, the way it works, anybody will be able to spin off and be part of, be actually a verifier node. The requirement will be that there is a certain amount of ATTR tokens staked to actually guarantee the correct behavior, whereas the rest of the verifier nodes are actually keeping the network in check and making sure that nobody's committing, preventing a bad behavior. So in case that the verifier node is trying to game the system, that stake would be taken away. So that is kind of in a nutshell how the verifier nodes are working. But the simple requirement will be that a certain amount of ATTR tokens will be required to put up as a stake as a guarantee of trust for those verifier nodes. But it will all be announced pretty soon in our community channels.
And regarding the funding, so as mentioned before, we were founded in 2018 when we were still developing our own blockchain. We did a private round then. There were no large VCs in that round. There was about 1.2 mil. Then over the last 3 years, eventually we got the main funding came from Deribit. I'm not sure if anybody in the community knows who Deribit is, but it's one of the largest. They are co-founders in Attrace, as a matter of fact, but sleeping co-founders. And so they funded the bulk of this project so far. Then we did another round, which was also eventually announced, with Deribit again taking the lead, but then Coinstone was in, and some smaller VC, which is probably not very well known, which is called Widico. And that's it. We have accommodated various discussions with other VCs. Perhaps one or two might participate, but the thing is, we don't really need that funding yet, and we are very strong on it needs to have potential in terms of a real strategic partnership.
Yeah.
But you might see another announcement soon, and if that happens, it will definitely instantly show a very strong strategic partnership. That's all I can say.
Okay. Yeah, I just this actually, like, I'm reading about it. I think it's really cool. I wish I knew before the pre-sale went on. Could have bought it. All right, thank you guys.
You're welcome. Thank you very much.
All right, thanks, Mako. If you guys don't mind, Erwin or Nicola, in the AMA text questions, if you don't mind posting the GitHub repository link in there, that way people can find it, and I'll capture it on the video here as well. So, and again, if anyone
Sure,
has,
we can do afterwards.
yeah, perfect. So, yeah, if anyone has any other questions, please use the AMA text questions to message those in, or please raise your hand and we'll get you coming up here from the audience. Oh, and also drop the Discord link. Yeah, we can, we can set that up, and we'll also put the, even just put your website right now too, if Erwin or Nicola, if you don't mind doing that, just drop it into the AMA text questions, as we'll touch on that towards the end as well. So.
Yes, for the people listening in, to quickly understand what we are doing, because sometimes it's a bit hard to grasp, just go to market.attrace.com, which is the world's first referral marketplace. And with that we mean it's a marketplace. And by the way, in the end, everybody can build their own referral marketplace. It's just a showcase. It's basically a marketplace where anybody that has a seller that has an asset that he or she wants to see promoted can post a bounty. So for example, I have an NFT, I want to have 10 Ether for it. I post a bounty of 1 Ether on the referral marketplace for any promoter that can find a buyer. That's how it works. So the referral marketplace, you will see if you go to the link, is not a marketplace of tokenized assets. It's a marketplace of promotions of tokenized assets. So for example, if you have a massive TikTok community or a massive Instagram community, and you identify an interest in NFTs, you go to a Attrace referral marketplace, you might see 1 or 2 NFTs you think one of your community members might buy. You mint the link, you post it in your community, and if they buy, you guaranteed get your commission, and the buyer gets some cashback, because that commission and or cashback has already been locked in advance by the seller, in the crypto of choice by the seller, in a fully decentralized trustless manner. This is a world's first. This methodology did not exist yet. I'm sure they're going to be copycat soon, but we have released the world's first concept of referral of a referral network.
So just spinning off of that, so essentially any, let's just say even just any website that's looking to gain traffic, they could create.
Well, they should. The thing is, any person that wants to have their tokenized asset being sold or have it engaged in like a DApp or like Nicola mentioned on NFT, DEX, IDO, what you have in that. Because the referral network, the core of the methodology is that we don't track buyers, via cookies or fingerprinting. The core is that we look at the asset that is eventually being bought or being engaged with, being bought or being engaged with. That will move then from one environment to the other. And this is what the verifier nodes identify. And based on that, they confirm whether or not a sale has happened. And that's a new methodology. And because you approach it in that way, you solve basically all the trust track and transparency issues, privacy. You can implement it in a decentralized manner, etc.
Yeah, the privacy part could be.
So essentially works. Sorry to interrupt. I just wanted to say, so essentially it works for every tokenized asset for every movement of a tokenized asset. So if well, we probably wouldn't see that with websites, right? But with the dApps, the engagement is actually sending or receiving tokens to a particular address. So those are the types of movements that can be verified by the referral network. And overall, the bet on our side is that a lot of assets will be moving towards the tokenization, and yeah, the Attrace referral network will be able to capture, provide a solution for all of those that want to promote their tokenized asset, the sale of tokenized asset or activity of a particular dApp.
And just to add to that, it is made for the direct owner of a tokenized asset, but it can also help with indeed getting traffic towards a website that is promoting tokenized assets on behalf of a seller, because we've had discussions with some websites that are considering setting the bounties for the tokens being offered by the sellers on their platform.
Right. Yeah.
As long as the economics add up, as long as the bounty is not as high as the commission that a platform would take, the platform itself could also set up this type of structure, and it will be beneficiary. It's a win-win.
Right. And like this could even inspire those who aren't using digital assets. It could inspire them to move towards digital assets as well. That's kind of what I'm thinking, when it comes to websites or any kind of, not necessarily websites, but
and maybe also.
Go ahead.
Maybe just another way also to put it, it's a referral network for Web3 economy as well. I think that's an important distinction to be made, because as Erwin mentioned, we've seen a lot of problems with the traditional Web2 economy in terms of the promotion, in terms of the referrals within the affiliate marketing space, and we identified Web3 as one future of the economy, but also that the referral network that operates within the Web3 space can actually solve all of these issues, like the trust issues and the privacy issues that we were talking about, the tracking, user tracking issues, that we would be able to solve all of those within the Web3 economy. And yeah, given that Web3 economy in itself, we believe it has a huge potential. The referral network itself has an enormous potential and potential market reach, right? It can capture an enormous market and an opportunity to promote and engage different communities in promotion. I think this is just a very early stage and just the beginning.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Very good. If anybody has questions from the audience, please raise your hand. We can get you up on stage. And we do have the AMA text questions. If anybody...
We've had questions around okay, what do you think is the market size of what your solution is currently tapping in? And of course, we don't know that, because this market, what we are tapping in right now, is currently still in development. But you could argue, how large is the exchange referral market? So how large is the market for people wanting to promote DEXs? How large is the influencer referral market in Web 3.0? How large is the media referral market, Web 3.0? And you could go on and on about that. So, and if you have a referral layer that can basically connect all that, to phrase it in a simple way, the potential is arguably rather large. If you look at affiliate marketing in Web 2.0, that was already 18 billion a year, but that was very siloed compared to what this technique can do in Web 3.0. That is the main thing we currently can say about what is the potential market you're tapping in. We've had some smart people thinking this over, and this is their general conclusion.
Yep. Awesome. Yeah, anybody else that has questions from the audience, please raise your hand and or in the AMA text questions.
Yeah, especially also if this concerns you wanting to better understand how this works. Because we are fully aware, because it's a new methodology, sometimes it might not instantly land how this concept works. It's actually pretty straightforward. Again, if you go to market.attrace.com, you will see under the tab how it works, 3 videos, all 40 seconds, one from a seller's perspective, one from a promoter perspective, one from a buyer perspective, and then you will instantly understand how this works. But yeah, please do reach out in case we need to further clarify.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, if you guys have any, Erwin or Nicola, if you guys have any other further thoughts here. Oh, hang on a second. We've got HP 2010. Get you up on stage. Awesome.
Yeah, okay.
Hello, yeah, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, so I've been watching of this program since April or March, and when will it listed to the mainnet, or how's the development progress? Thank you.
The answer to that can be rather quick. Once we list, the mainnet is live.
But I can also explain. We are the IDO, Attrace IDO referral program actually is running on the mainnet. But for the adoption and the wider usage, we need listing, which is actually happening pretty soon. The announcement is going to be made. So this is where we are. So we are essentially already live, but with a bigger adoption the moment it will list.
Sorry, and I can't hear clearly. And could you please speaking again, please? Thank you.
Maybe if you just
Sure. So
go ahead.
sure, I can just repeat. So right now we have an ongoing IDO, Attrace IDO, which is just finished. It was promoted through a Attrace referral network. It was actually live on the mainnet. But to further progress a widespread usage adoption, we actually need to have token live and have it on the exchange itself. This is what the moment that it happens, we will be able to have more of that widespread adoption on the mainnet. But mainnet is already live with the Attrace IDO promotion.
Okay,
Better?
thanks.
So just to clarify, we are already live with IDO. We will list sometime tomorrow, which is when we will be able to also go live with the other referrals, NFTs, liquidity provision, etc. Not all of that might instantly go live at the moment of listing, but it will happen really quickly afterwards. And at that point, so tomorrow, the mainnet will be about live.
Awesome. Thank you very much, HP.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, HP. Yeah, any other questions, comments, concerns? Again, we do have the AMA text questions. And is there an Attrace verifier network currently live?
So yeah, that's the same question probably. So yeah, so in terms of IDO, we are already live, and once we list, and that will be happening sometime tomorrow, we will be completely live, and then we will be able to also release the NFT referrals, liquidity provision referrals in a couple of weeks, etc. And this is also to anticipate the next question. This is also why we are going to list regardless of sentiment. We are going to list this week because we have a lot of traction from platforms that want to use our solution, and we cannot offer it to them unless we are listed because the referral network doesn't function properly without the listing. So regardless of what's going to happen in the coming week or months, we're going to list because we actually are going to be live with real traction from real end users. So Attrace is also not a token listed based on a promise. We are a token with an operational referral network live and busy onboarding new users, starting from tomorrow onwards.
Awesome. And Mako is also just asking, how can a person run a verifier node?
Nicola? You're on mute, yeah.
Yes. Yep. It will be announced very soon. I mentioned earlier the only requirements would be that a number of ATTR tokens are staked to guarantee as a guarantee of trust, and soon it will be announced, and everybody will be able to spin off a verifier node. All the details will be announced in our social channels very soon.
Awesome. Anyone else with final questions here, or anything else? And Erwin and Nicola, any other things that you want to touch on here as we wrap up? And Nicola, I might just ask if you, before the show ends here, if you're able to get that GitHub repository, if you don't mind dropping that into the AMA text questions. That way we can capture it into the video, and if anybody's looking back for that, it'll be captured there.
Yes, I will do that immediately.
Awesome. But if anyone has any, like I say, final questions here, or final thoughts here from Erwin, Nicola.
Well, final thoughts, I would say thank you everybody for participating. You can of course reach out to us via the social channels in case you have any additional questions. It's a really exciting time for us, again, regardless of market sentiment, because a lot of stuff is going to happen in the coming months. You can expect a lot of announcements of collaborations in the NFT space, in the DEX space, in the Launchpad space. It's going to be quite exciting. And also, please be aware that is also going to be our focus, actual end user, actual onboarding of platforms. We will not burn all our cash on marketing hype. We are solely focused on actual end user traction. That's just something I would like to bring across. Other than that, thank you for your time.
Yeah, awesome.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, you bet. Okay, well, with that, we'll wrap up here. Thank you everyone for joining and listening into this. And just I'll be passing out popes as well. I'll got this captured here for everybody that's involved in the AMA here, and I'll send you some popes. If you don't get one from me, please shoot me a DM afterwards. This is the proof of attendance protocol badge for showing up, and just a little thank you for being a part of this. So that, and then
Yes.
yeah.
I would also like to say I'm a bit inspired by all the usernames here. I believe it's a bit boring what we've done. I think the names here are amazing. So I might come up with something different as well next time. You'll see us on Discord.
Awesome.
This is way cooler. Banana ship, pineapple, Marshstorm, amazing.
Yeah, wicked. So
Something to think about.
Right.
In the coming days.
Good deal. So just one more time here for you guys, your website, socials, all that sort of stuff. Where can they find you?
It's attrace.com. That's basically where you can find everything.
Mm-hmm.
Go to market.attrace.com if you want to have a quick understanding of what it is that we're actually doing.
Perfect.
And all the socials you can just find under the name Attrace.
Awesome. And
thanks again.
ATTRACE. So that's with 2 T's. Make sure you got both of those in there.
Yes.
So that, and then if you're looking on Twitter as well, it's at Attrace Network. So ATTRACE Network. And of course, Follow me on Twitter at 0xtangle for any of the new and upcoming AMAs and any further stuff like that. I will also have this will be posted up on YouTube at the Sushi official channel, so you'll be able to refer back to this and share this with whoever needs to see this. So anyway, thank you all so much for joining, and we'll see you on the next one. Thank you very much, Erwin and Nicola. Appreciate your time.
Thank you very much for your time. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Thank
All
you.
right. See ya.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.